Hello everybody, today we're playing Huatli, Poet of Unity. It's a 3 mana 2/3 in Naya, which is green, white, red. This commander is in Naya because her activate ability uses red or white, and has when Huatli enters, search a library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It can play 3 and 2, either in white or red, exile Huatli, then return her to the battlefield, transform under her owner's control. Activate only as a sorcery, so it becomes a saga. The saga is Chapter 1, make 2/3/3 dinosaur tokens. Chapter 2, you can tap them and they become add in red, green, or white. Chapter 3 lets us search for a dinosaur that we want and reveal it, and it's put into our hand. And finally, dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample until end of turn. So Wadley has a couple of advantages. We can absolutely take advantage. But we also have quite a little bit of hurdles in the format. The hurdle number one is, even in Standard Brawl, which is the format we're playing, has a lot of interaction. So it's very rare for Watley even to get the chance to transform. Because when we have the mana open and we transform her, the opponent may just tap 2, remove our commander, and now not only did our commander die, but now we wasted 5 mana. So that's one of the biggest problems we have to face. Number 2 is dinosaurs, as strong as they are, there's not that many that cover 2 factors for them to be successful in the format. Number 1 is you want the dinosaurs to do something when they enter. Either destroy some sort of interaction, a fight, or number 2, they are difficult to interact with. One of the better ones is Ward, like Hulking Raptor. One of the bit unfortunate is even cards like the Bonehorn Dracosaur just end up not making the cut. Tried out a bit with the Dracosaur, and it unfortunately happened with my suspicions were confirmed. I play the dinosaur, the opponent removes it even on their turn, and I spend 5 mana for nothing. So the dinosaurs we have in our deck are pretty much the ones that cover these 2 factors. They do something when they enter, or 2, they're difficult to interact. For difficult to interact, we have Hulking Raptor and Tyrannosaurus Rex. They have Ward and can be countered, and the other dinosaurs, either they do something when they enter that destroy artifact enchantments, very important, especially against Ugin. The Hatcher makes tokens and transforms them. The Trumpeting Carnosaur has Discover 5, or we can discard it for removal. Koga and Jadaro is a fight spell, or can give it haste. And the big dinosaur we're pretty much going to be tutoring if we get to Chapter 3 of our saga is Atali. So what's the idea of the deck? We have 2 plans. We need an early game plan, and our late game plan is going to be Watley ourselves, where we're going to transform and search for dinosaur. What are we going to be searching for? Most of the time it's Atali, but we have other options. These are few dinosaurs, but they're pretty much toolbox dinosaurs. They are fight spells, they're enchantment removal. We have quite a bit of options. And we have even a dinosaur that gives our others haste. The idea is we're going to have a lot of ways to make creatures because we're going to take advantage of Chapter 2 that they can tap for mana. Once we get to Chapter 3, we're going to search a tally, we're going to play a tally, we're going to get the effects. And if we're in the late game, we can immediately tap him and transform him to Atali Primal Sickness, where he becomes an 11/11 and he does damage if they gain poison counters. That matters because Chapter 4 is dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample. So with double strike, it becomes very difficult for the opponent to block against us, and we would just win on the spot. That's our game plan. The unfortunate thing is normally the games don't get to that point of the game. We normally win before that, but that is the idea with this type of deck. To get there, we're going to need an early game, as Watley is very good at getting us mana, for as an insurance policy to hit our land drops. So for the early game, we're going to take advantage of Chapter 1, which is create 2 green dinosaur tokens. So we're going to be more of a token go wide strategy. We have anthems, well, pretty much pump, with heroic reinforcements effects, also imitates recruiter to make our creatures larger. We also synergize very well with Elspeth Stormslayer. We pump the entire board, we hit, and we win for lethal. So for our early game, we have cheap spells that make multiple bodies. We have Caretaker's Talent as an insurance policy to make more tokens, make them larger, and draw cards. And we have our 2 Planeswalkers with Luca that makes Planeswalker. That is a Planeswalker that makes creatures. We can also tap for the mana, so we can pay off our either Huatli transformation or our dinosaur. And Elspeth is a token doubler. Especially, it works very well with Huatli's Chapter 1 because now we get 4 green dinosaur tokens. And example with the Hatcher, we would get multiple tokens, egg tokens, and then when we destroy it and create the dinosaurs, we would get double those tokens. That's pretty good synergies with a deck like this. One of the big disadvantages with Huatli is the opponent would constantly want to remove it. Fortunately, she's in the magic number of 3, and we're in white, so we have many ways to revive her, with Helping Hand, with all these spells. And we have Invasion of Gobakhan, so we got 4, and Invasion is more of an Anthem plus protection to Huatli. One of the big advantages of cards that reanimate creature with mana 3 or less is we can bring back cards like Warfox Bodyguard, where we can exile their opponent's commander. Maybe they return to the command zone. We can use Warfox offensively, and if he dies, we just get him back with our multiple reanimation spells. Other synergies is with the recruiter is we have a full board, we go on offense, recruiter dies, we can get him back. And then rinse and repeat. And we just constantly make Anthem. With our Anthem like effects, like reinforcements, we just pump the board, we hit him, and we go get lethal. Elspeth, we pump the board and we go for lethal, pretty much to get an aggressive game plan. I really recommend cards, especially the creatures that are exiles. Exile is a very important keyword in this format. There are many creatures that have indestructible, and there are many reanimation effects, so exile becomes a very worthwhile keyword to have. So let's see how we do with Huatli, Poet of Unity. Okay, we do have turn 2 play, but we don't have a turn 3 with these lands. I think we can do better. Did I keep this hand? I don't like this hand. Let's go. Okay. The reason I didn't like the other hands wasn't good turn 2 plays, and they all relied on drawing lands to get Huatli on curve. I can go for pressure here. This is a good blocker. Let's play our mana ramp. Gives us a play next turn. We're looking for a red. We don't have a red. Okay. Play Huatli. Search for a red. We need it. Draw land. We can transform Huatli. Looks like a much rather hover ship here. be with Sarkhan. Because for when he gets to 5 mana especially, that is dragon territory. So we have to slow him down, unfortunately. Because this Sarkhan is a discount to dragons. And most of the scary dragons are 5 and above. There are some at 4, but there are only a few. Here is important is they're in red. Red has a lot of instant spells that do 3 or less. So if we transform Huatli, you have to be careful that the opponent doesn't just remove it in response. Next turn we can hit and get the goblin, the Seer Slicer goblin, to get an extra token. Ideally, I would like a mana here. Yeah, we didn't get it. Wait, Mr. Goblin. We crew it. I can leave you here. I'm leaving the mana open for Parting Gust or Resolute Reinforcements. The opponent discarded the Terror of the Peaks. That means they are desperately looking for lands. And they have a lot of creatures. Let's see which dragon he withholds. 6. Let's get Resolute Reinforcement, see if the opponent has counter. We don't have land here. I'd like to go for a big hit here with Imodane. Let's go for it. We don't have that much time. See if it gets countered. At least we forced their hand. If they pay a 3, that'd be good for us. They have removal, is okay. Yeah, it's fine. I think at this point we send it to the... Oh, it gets exiled. That's unfortunate. We have to send a command zone. Alright, let's go. First blocks. This is 5, 6, 7, 10, 13. It's 15 total. We have one more mana, we can Elspeth next turn. If not, we still have Parting Gust. There we forced the opponent to play a 3 mana spell, so they had to burn a treasure. Meaning that next turn they would only have 6 mana. They couldn't even play the Dragon's. And if the opponent destroyed our recruiter, we have ways to bring him back. To just go again. GG's. In Sab-Sunen. I'm not a fan of this hand. We do nothing for 3 turns. So I'm mulligan. Okay. I like the dinosaur. Alright, counters because we keep. It's a risky keep. Dragon Father. Problem is, we play Huatli, it can get countered. And I don't. Okay. I like to name dinosaur instead of human. We need white. Next turn they play their commander. You have no exiles, which is a problem. I actually prefer that than playing the commander. We have no answer to his commander yet. Oh, this would have been great. How much we have to pay to? I'm willing to do that. Destroy the enchantment. Which is fine. Giving him mana is something I do not want. Start pressuring. Yeah, the fox to exile. We'll leave it there. Good news, even if the fox dies, we have ways to bring it back. Keep pressuring. We can play the hatcher. I can block here to have answers later. And have this, or make a 3/3 egg. And can push through. What other options we have? This is for sure. Let's go. They have one good blocker, which is fine. We need to start pressuring his life total. Here we want an anthem. Here we would like more interaction. The Werefox can help us. Okay, that would be really good to deal with Kellen here. We can go for hits. Got a couple good options. So if we go here, we take out Kellen, and we go for hits. The Hatcher will probably die, but we get to hit as well. Okay. So we name Dinosaur. We're gonna fight the Prodigy. Catch. And we pressure. There's Kogla, he even gets a good one. And GG's, we got there. Power of the Hatcher. And to pressure our opponent. This is one of the reasons I do like this version quite a bit, is we have early interaction into our finishers, which are the dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are very big hitters, but we need to clear the way and make their single hit matter. And I really like playing creatures, especially from dinosaurs, that do something when they enter. Because normally you're a bit behind by playing Huatli and by getting those lands. And when the few dinosaurs that will hit, because there's a lot of interaction, you want to have an effect. So even in response the opponent destroys it, you get to do something. GG's. Elspeth. I like a tally. What do we name? We have to name green? I'd love to name white. Is it too risky playing a deep paleontologist? Because if we name green, at least we get to Huatli, so I don't hate it. There was a decision there to name white, but Huatli can get the white. So this is okay, even if the paleontologist dies. We can get this and not lose a life. Let's get our white. We don't need to hit. I'm not willing to trade. It's fine. We actually are okay if our opponent on repeat dies because it gains value. That's what we want. We want to burn the opponent's resources. 3, 4, 5. Here at this point, we can start making a board. Do we have white? I believe you tap for white. Yes. Okay. I forgot. This was instant. I would have done it later. My bad. Thought it was sorcery. Could have waited. White has quite a bit of war wipes. If he does this hit, if he boar wipes is fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. I would like to recruit her here. Right now we're just pressuring. If the opponent in response kills it, I would like the white. But it can wait. Do as much damage as possible. Okay, that's fine. Okay. 2 blockers. It's less tokens for Elspeth. Remember, we're making a token each turn. Yep, you do the job. Next turn, we do it again. We have 3, 4, 5, 6. We can get recruiter and reinforcements. We can hit very hard next turn. Oh, sh. Oh, yeah. You get here. You pay. Opponent, you're losing everything if you want to hit here. I don't know if there was an ordering. Prefer to give them +1/+1. The opponent board wipes. We have probably the witnesses.
More heroes.
Opponent's tapped out. Get a tally. See what we can get here. We would get 4 creature tokens. And a dinosaur, and we'd hit here. They could quad block here. We would just keep pressuring from here on out. Opponent apparently didn't have a board wipe. Just make him have it. And that's the advantage of this deck. Why a deck like this? I like this variant because we are able to pressure them the early game and then make them burn all their resources. And then when the opponent has burned everything, we go with the big guns, playing a Tali, transforming him. And with Huatli, we want to get to chapter 2, 2 and 3, making all our creatures tap for mana. So we can, in a single turn, get a Tali, and if we have enough mana, we can even transform it in an entire turn. For example, here, we would have 6 mana. We'd be very close to transforming it. GG's. Again, Sarkhan. Not a bad hand. 2 or fewer. If I pay white, I actually don't. So let's play this guy. So I need every color right now, but green we can get 2 or fewer. Double white is quite useful. But if we're gonna use green, I think now is the time. We can get Huatli. Even if it gets countered, it's not the end of the world. We're getting a red. That's fine. We have commands and we have no way to bring her back. Let's get a red. We got some value. Next turn we can play... We have a couple options. Problem is, do we expect the opponent to have just be counter tribal? And then Luca is not a good card here. We don't have double white. This is just... I think we try to make him have it at this point. We do lose 2 life. Alright, we got rewarded. Less diversifier of threats the opponent has. Planeswalker removal is fine. Yep. We got removal out. We can Fable. We can Fable to get double white, which I like. And that gets us Elspeth. Let's go hit first, see what the opponent does. Will he block? Nope. We're playing Elspeth here. Against Elspeth. It's a lot more difficult to deal with a planeswalker in the field than from the hand. From the hand, they can just play counterspell. Actually, not that bad. It's fine. Just redo it again. You have the option to take him out. You can go UU, but you can name Dinosaur. Get Elspeth again. We do it. That's the beauty of Elspeth. As long as it doesn't get destroyed, We just keep going. I like hover ship here. Like 6. Like dealing with you. Hover ship, so it pressures. Keep getting an army. I like an army here.
Join the fight.
Start discarding cards. We can use Kogla to. I like invasion. It messes with his hand. Do the board, force the opponent to board wipe, and keep making an army. Fine. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have options. We can pay the double 2 to give him a fish. We would have 5 mana, which I'd like for you. I like the invasion as well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's exile it. They have haste. Let's crew. And we start pressuring.
Strike from the heavens.
They lose their entire hand. And GG's. Power of Elspeth and making tokens. Here was important. There were a lot of decisions to be made. The most important one would be if the opponent's tapped out and you have a planeswalker, they are the safest permanents you can have on your field. There were options to play creatures, but creatures are susceptible to board wipes, mass bounce spells, and Elspeth makes an army on her own. There are not that many ways to deal with planeswalkers. There are only a few with Bitter Triumph, and what won us the game was forcing the opponent to interact with Luca, because Luca makes tokens on his own and ramps us for future turns, so the opponent was forced to destroy this planeswalker, which opened the way for Elspeth. And Huatli gave us barely the lands we needed to play on curve. GG's. Jem Lightfoote, 2 or fewer. Next turn, I believe so. Command tower. Bounces it. They remove it. Going for the hit here. Play it, probably gets countered. Okay, I can pay next turn. It's fine. We have to start burning their counters. Who would I prefer getting countered? Probably Huatli again? We can send to the graveyard this time. They have to start burning their opponent's counters. That's our main plan here. Okay, we We have double red. We have green. What do we need? Forest or a plains? Okay, let's get a plains. You want to destroy an opponent? Interesting, the opponent preferred to not play the counters to draw and not counter Huatli, which is good for us. I would like to transform here, but they just further. There are engines. And just pressure here. Reason is we don't transform Huatli is we have to deal with this commander. There are enchantment removals in white, so we're not safe from that. And the opponent looks like they have they have instant speed removal. So I'm gonna go for speed here. If Huatli dies, 2 fights, so just gonna punch with Huatli here to get our speed up. Question is, do we bait removal here? Because if we go U in response, they can kill it. War Wipe's also pretty bad. Yeah, let's use our mana. Make the opponent have it. Make him burn that interaction. Sure. Actually, not that bad. Fine by me. Alright, let's play. Counter? They don't have counter. So pressuring. Make more tokens. We want to be pretty much a mix into pressuring them early game. Force them to burn interaction, which is good for us. So we're gonna hit with the tokens, keep that pressure going. Let's play Huatli, get it countered. Alright, we got our mana. I do want another red, would be nice, but let's get green for the throwback. Let's do it again. Make the opponent burn that interaction. It's instant speed removal, we don't have to deal with later. Opponent wants to burn into Huatli again? It's fine. It's more interaction that they are burning. That's what we're looking for. I would like to Huatli again, but let's just pressure here at this point, because we wouldn't have enough to do both. 3, 6, 7. We can pay the 2. There's a lot of 3, 6, 6, 7. We wouldn't have enough, so let's just punch here. Alright, let's play Huatli again. Opponent, you gotta use it. Burn counters. Get another one. I would like... We don't have that much red, so let's get a red. But we're good. We're surveilling. At this point, we want creatures, start getting our heavy hitters. It's a creature we keep. Let's go, yeah. Opponent is gonna start. Is getting into board wipe territory. So we're gonna need 5 and 2. We have enough. We also have enough for removal. Sunfall is not the best thing, but it's fine. I'm okay with it. We have land here. I would like to play the Raptor or the Frillback. We're gonna do Frillback first. So how much mana we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 and 1. So we can do 4. We can do 9 with these two, and I want the Raptor instead of the Dracosaur. Make the opponent pay. Let's pay 1. We can pay 2. No, you don't have double green, so let's only go 1 here. Destroy this. And let's play the Raptor. Opponent wants to counter. It's a counter spell that they don't have later. Yep. Here is where we really want to start hitting our lands and mixed tokens. It's a way we can scale into them. Okay, at this point, removal. Opponent, you're gonna start running out of counters. Opponent wants to interact. We have to do it now. Okay. I don't have enough mana, so let's play the darkest one. We have the unfortunate is we have revival pieces, but the opponent exiled our commander twice, which is pretty unfortunate. Okay, it's fine. Opponent has drawn very well with this much interaction. Let's play here. Force to interact. Opponent has to. Ooh, I do like you. It forces interaction, which I like. Because we have two options. This immediately forces counter spells. And we threaten lethal. But do we think they have another removal? They haven't used the one that makes map tokens. They haven't used Spell Pierce. They haven't used the one that exiles. Let's go. I think we force them. Opponent, you have another counter spell? We have enough mana for the ones that pay. So let's gain haste. We threaten lethal here. Make him have it. And I want the reinforcements to get targeted. This forces the opponent to do something. It's fine. Now we get map tokens. And we pressure their life total. Now. Yep. Keep pressuring. That's what we want. At this point, we want just creatures. This is pretty much a war of attrition, burning their resources as much as we can. Huatli burned quite a few. This forces interaction from our opponent. They go down to 2. They want to lose 1 to the fountain fort. We can Carnosaur it. I'm willing to do this. Opponent, are you willing to go down to 1? One has to burn more resources. Okay, I'm fine with that. Opponent, do you have more counter spells here? This is a pretty annoying matchup, but it's pretty much all the entire deck. Alright, they had more. The one that has impressed me is the amount of lands they have. They have a little bit too many lands for the amount of interaction. They only had 1 draw spell. This is where annoying here. Let's play Huatli. Try to thin out those lands. Opponent counters it. We send it to the graveyard. Okay. Stays to the graveyard. If we had 1 more land, we could have reinforcements, but that's the unfortunate part. With 4 or less. The Barons. Three cards. They have drawn quite a bit, so we'll see. Gets to draw an extra card. Oh, I do want you. Alright, let's go. Get Huatli back. Counter opponent. Okay, I want a white. I want to play you in force. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 and 2. What would I would get back? I think I could save, so let's get you here. Counter, opponent. Alright, regular reinforcements. Go for it. Make them have it. At this point, they only have 1 blue, and we have 3 mana to pay. I would like Huatli to get counter here. And let's go. We have 1 good blocker. Not enough. And that's how you deal with these matchups. Still, it was pretty painful, but that's really the only way you can beat these type of decks. Pretty much is a game of patience and taking advantage of your commander into these matchups. We are a deck, especially if the opponent just removes Huatli, we can get land. So our commander pays almost half of its own commander tax, and it turned out to be quite useful burning that much interaction. The unsummons, the exiles, the board wipe. This deck is pretty much card draw, counter, and removal, and we're able to outright beat them. And targeting them with the Carnosaur forced their hand with their last card, especially playing the Carnosaur was just going to get countered. And that turn we play Kogla, we also force immediate response from our opponent. Finally, when we have the recommission type effects to bring back creatures that are cheap, we can play those when we actually want to go for lethal. And we finally burn the opponent's resources. GG's. For the post-game round with Huatli, Poet of Unity, I really end up liking this version. I previously played a version that was full dinosaurs. It ended up doing pretty badly because you're just too slow and you're pretty much dead in the water into board wipes, or you're just very slow. So this is just a good half and half strategy where we have our early game interaction, we have our creatures, and then we have the insurance policy with our commander and our big dinosaurs. We still do get to play them. As for the mana base, I really like this mana base. Right now we have 8 basics. It's very important because we're going to be casting Huatli multiple times. So less than 8 is pretty rare. The idea is at least we're going to, in a game, reanimating her 3 to 4 times. And let's say we draw 2 or 3 basics, we still have 2 more. And also we have Fable Passage to fetch a basic. So I do recommend 8 tends to be the sweet spot. I was going to try 9, but I think 8 is just fine. As for the strategy, I end up liking it. Again, if you want to play the big dinosaurs, try to play dinosaurs that actually have some sort of effect when they enter. Either they have haste, either they're difficult to interact with, or they have an enter effect. And even though these are few dinosaurs, when they enter, they definitely warrant interaction, and Huatli is pretty much a removal magnet. Opponent's gonna constantly be trying to destroy our commander, and it's no problem because we force interaction, we burn the resources, and then when we hit our big creatures, the opponent just burn all their interaction. We're gonna be hitting very hard. And because we went for this half and half strategy with tokens and the dinosaurs, we get to lower our opponent's life total to the point that an 8/8 is threatening lethal. A 7/7 becomes very scary. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment below which other commanders would you like me to play. Thanks for watching.